Hello students of class 9 standard. Today's video is just the continuation of the displacement time graph that we have already started. So few things are left so that I will finish today. So first thing, we have already learned that the uniform velocity, we have already discussed this one. So while we will talk about this uniform velocity, so we all know that velocity depends on two factors. One is the displacement and second one is the time. This is the mathematical formula. Velocity is displacement by time. So if you just take these two terms, okay, displacement and time. So if velocity, if you talk about the displacement time graph, okay, displacement versus time graph, if you draw, and if displacement and time, these two quantities are proportional, that means directly proportional to each other, okay, that means the rate of change of displacement and the rate of change of time, if same, okay, that means in 1 second maybe the body has covered 10-meter distance, maybe in 2 seconds it has covered 20-meter distance, maybe in 3 seconds it has covered 30-meter distance, okay, then you can tell these two are just proportional to each other. If you see the change here, change of time here, one just increases by 1 second only, 1 plus 1 2, 1 2 plus 1 3, and here the distance is changes by 10 unit only, 10 meter only. So this type of thing is actually the directly proportionality. Maybe you have learned in class 8 standard. So while these two terms will be directly proportional to each other, then you will definitely get the uniform velocity, and the displacement and the displacement time graph will always be a straight line. It depends that it will pass through the origin or not. When it will pass through the origin, if with this any constant term is added, plus 10 plus 5 anything, then it will not pass through the origin. If no constant term is there, then you can write this one like this, okay, then it will pass through the origin. So this is the uniform velocity. Now the next few things are there, next two parts are there. I have just drawn these all actually things. One problem is given in your book, that is the displacement d versus t, that means displacement time graph of a ball which while moving on a perfectly smooth floor hits a wall at t equal to 6 seconds and then comes back along the same line. Okay, these all data are given to you. So you try to understand actually what is the main thing they are going to tell you, that one ball is there which is traveling with a certain speed. At 6 seconds it will hit this wall, okay, and then afterward, after hitting the this wall, it is try to come back in the backward direction. It will retrace the path, okay. So now the thing is that, first of all, one thing you just try to keep in your mind, that when the ball will hit this wall, definitely at the time of hitting, the velocity of the ball will come to 0. So at 6 seconds, that means at 6 second time, that ball will cover the maximum amount of displacement or maximum amount of distance. After hitting the wall, when it will come back in the direction, in this the backward direction, then the velocity will definitely decrease, because forward direction velocity is the maximum one, no? So after hitting this one, the velocity is gradually decreasing, and when it will come to this position, the velocity will be 0. Okay, when it will come to the original position again. So this actual diagram is given, that at 0 position, that means at 0 second, when the body has not started its motion, the displacement is equal to 0. At means this position, when the body is at the rest position. At 2 second, body has covered 20 meter displacement. At 4 second, 40 meter displacement. At 6 seconds, that means when the body will hit this wall, at 6 seconds, the maximum displacement it has occupied, it has achieved, that is 60 meter. After 6 seconds, definitely the velocity will decrease and the displacement will also decrease, because in this way it is going in the backward direction. So at 8 seconds, the displacement will be 45, at 10 seconds 30, at 12 seconds 15, and at 14 seconds, that means when the body will come to 0, that means at 14 seconds the body will come back to the original position. This is the graph. Okay, at 0 no motion, so the body is at the rest position. At 2 seconds it has covered 20, it has achieved 20 meter displacement. This is 20. Okay, at 4 seconds how much displacement from the graph? 40. At 6 seconds maximum displacement, that is the 60. At 8 seconds it has how much displacement? 45. So this is the 45, this 40, 50, and in between 45 is there, so 45. At 10 seconds how much? 10 seconds 30, you can see this one. At 12 seconds how much? 25, or sorry 15 is there, 10 is there, 15, then 20. So at 12, 15 and 14 it has come to this line. This line means this is the 0 line. This is 0 line. So at 14 seconds the displacement of the body will be equal to 0 here. So what we are going to calculate from here? First, only one thing we are going to calculate, that is what is velocity, how much velocity is there. Okay, how much velocity is present here within this journey, how much velocity in the first half, that means in this side, this portion, and in the second half how much velocity is there. These two things we will calculate. Okay, so how can you calculate? Two ways are there, by drawing the graph, by drawing the slope. So what type of slope? You can consider this whole triangle also. This whole triangle you can consider, this whole triangle. Okay, this one, or you can consider any 2 points. First of all I am telling you this one, this small triangle I am just considering. Okay, this one. Within these two points I have drawn one certain triangle here. Now calculate two things we can get. One is this part, we will get the length, the height of the triangle, and one is the base of the triangle. We can also consider, we can calculate. Height of the triangle will give you what? Height of the triangle will give you the displacement, as we have already discussed this one. The base of the triangle will give you what? It will give you the time. So from here, from this, suppose this is A part and this is part B. Okay, so from part A, what we can consider? What we can consider that the velocity, that means VA, suppose if you consider here, then what will be the velocity? Velocity is this one by this one. We have already just calculated this type of thing in the previous video. We have already discussed. This one divided by this one will give you the velocity, displacement divided by the time. How much displacement we are getting? This point is 20, this point is 20, it just coincide with the 20, and this point is 40. So total is how much? 40 minus 20. So you can write down this is 40 minus 20 divided by time taken is how much? 2 here and 4 here. So 4 minus 2. So 4 minus 2 second will be the time here. So if you calculate this one, 40 minus 20, then 20 you will get here, and this one will give you 2. So 10. So that is 10. How much? What is the unit here? Meter we have taken as displacement unit, and second. So meter per second will be the velocity of this first part. Maybe you understood that one. Second part, same way you can calculate this one, but I am taking here the whole triangle. This whole triangle I have just calculated. Here you can also get the same thing if you consider the whole triangle. Total height is how much? If you consider the whole triangle, total height is how much? That is 60. This one is 60. So 60 divided by total is how much? Total time taken, 0 to 6 means 6. So 60 by 6, same value you will get. Okay, same value will come if you consider the whole one or the small one. That does not matter what you have just considered. In the second part, so from part B, okay, so from part B the velocity is equal to how much? It is a decreasing velocity, so you will definitely get the negative velocity, because velocity is continuously decreasing here, so that means you will get the negative velocity. How you will, I am just telling you. So see here, the velocity you can get from here in this part by dividing this one by this one, because this is the displacement and this one is the time taken. Okay, so displacement by time. What is the height of this one? What is the total height of this? Definitely 60. Okay, and what is the total time taken here. First of all, you calculate. This is definitely, in this case you will definitely get negative because the velocity is decreasing, so that's why I'm taken negative here. Time is how much? Here 6, here 14. So within how much time has taken the body by the body? 14 minus 6. So 14 minus 6 is how much? 8. So 60 divided by 8. So if you calculate this one, so you will get minus 7.5 meter per second, the velocity of this part. Maybe you understood that one. The velocity of this part is 10 meter per second. Velocity of this part in the second part is minus 7.5 meter per second. Okay. The next, the last part of this chapter, that is the if the displacement time graph is a non-uniform one. Okay, is a non-uniform graph is given to you. That means it's not a straight line. Suppose a non-uniform. Non-uniform, maybe you have already learned that one. Non-uniform is what? That means non-equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay. So in this case, so I'm just drawing the graph here. So same process we have to follow. This side displacement in meter and this side time we have taken in second. Okay. So now the graph which is given to you, that this is 0 position. Now 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, and last one is 7 second. Within 7 seconds, what is the thing, what is the phenomena has happened, that is just given to you. Okay. Now this side division has given to you 10 meter, 20 meter, then 30 meter, then 40 meter, then 50, and last one is given 60. Okay. Now what is happening, that at a certain interval of time, few things are given to you, that at 2 seconds, suppose maybe at 2 seconds we are getting the velocity is equal to 10 displacement we are getting is equal to 10 meter. Okay, at 2 seconds maybe. Okay, I'm just telling you this one. At 3 seconds maybe you are getting the displacement is equal to 40 meter. Okay, 40 meter. At 4 seconds maybe you are getting the velocity is equal to 60 meter. Okay, sorry, at 6 seconds maybe you have getting, or at 6 seconds you are getting the displacement is, or at 5 seconds maybe you are getting the displacement is equal to 6 meter. Okay, so if you draw the graph here, then it will definitely not give you a straight line. This type of graph it will come. Okay, suppose here 30, if it will come, then 30 will come. So in this way you will get. So now if you want to calculate the velocity, if you going to calculate the velocity from this graph, so you won't be able to just draw a the triangle, because this line is not a straight line. No. So what you have to draw, you have to draw a tangent from this line to this line. One tangent you have to draw. Then you have to just draw a triangle. You have to complete the triangle. Here you make a straight line, then you complete the triangle and you give the name ABC. That depends on you how, what type of things you are taken here. So now definitely if you calculate the velocity of this one, then this part divided by this part will give you the actual velocity of this one. This part is how much? Here 30 and here 60. So displacement is equal to 30 meter, because 30 here, 60 here, and the time taken will be how much? This is 3 and this is equal to 5. So time is equal to 2 seconds. So if you calculate the velocity, then it will definitely give you 30 divided by 2. That means 15 meter per second will be the velocity of this one. Okay, if you consider this type of graph, what is given to your book, if you do that one, then you will get different type of thing. But actual thing is that whenever you will get this type of curve type of thing, then you have to first draw a one straight line, and then you have to complete the triangle, then you have to calculate this one. Different type of thing is given in your book. of non-uniform velocity. So you just see that one, you can easily understand that one. Conclusion. First of all, first conclusion of this chapter, of this exercise actually. Conclusions. First one is that if the displacement time graph of an object is a straight line, okay, displacement time graph, if it is a straight line like this, then you are getting what type of thing? You are getting a body in a rest position. The body is not changing its actual position. If you get this type of graph anywhere, this type of thing, it is a wrong one, because time is actually fixed, the body is continuously moving. It is not possible. Okay. Next thing is that knowing the velocity, knowing the displacement of a body, knowing the time of a body, time taken for the motion of the body, you can easily calculate the velocity of the body. So these are the conclusions. Next one, in next video I will continue, I will just discuss the velocity time graph. Okay. So thank you.